This one here might step on a lot of toes, might raise a lot of eyebrows, inspire, piss off, whatever. I don't give a fuck at this stage in life. I really don't. I'm speaking however the fuck I want to speak. And if you rock with it, then I fucks with you. If not, man, go over there. Fuck out the way. People are still being hung up on what to call themselves if they are from the United States. Literally. We've been called so many names, and so many people are still confused as to who they are. It's sad. I mean, at this point, I'm not sad no more. It's getting lighter and lighter because when I think of all the karma that the people are gonna get or that they are getting from all the fuck shit that they've done, it's sad because you've already been there and you know what it's like to go through some of that shit. You know what I mean? A lot of that shit you ain't gonna know because the shit they was throwing at you was like, man, okay, I'm getting off topic. Okay. But this is how deep it is because so many people are so hung up on titles and names and shit. You know what I mean? The purpose of this thought is because people are stuck on the word African American. If we were to go to Brazil, we would be Brazilian. If we go to Canada, Canadian. If we go to Philippines, they call us, I don't know what the fuck they call people over in Asia. I really don't. So let me use another one. They still call you a nigga. No matter where you at on this planet, you still a nigga because of the energy that is pushed on the melanated being, the carbonated being of this planet. The heavily carbonated, I should say. Because everybody got something in them. You know what I mean? It's just some have more, melanin than others. But anyway, the darker you are, the more carbon you have. But we've been called so many names and we get so embarrassed of being called African. I still deal with Africans to this day. Like they always give me, oh, my name is Rebecca. Oh, it's Michelle, John, Eugene, names that don't sound like African. Trust me when I tell you, when you hear African name, it's got 50 million syllables in it, unless it's a title like Ni, Ya, things like that. But most names, if it's a short name, it's, like Afua. That's the day. I think it's Friday in Tree. Um, uh, Akosua is Sunday for woman. Kwame is, I think, Saturday for the male. You see what I'm saying? So Akosia, that's 3 syllables. But then when you say Yao, that's only 1 syllable. But if you say Maisho, Madonna, oh, anybody who know that, they know what I said, and I'm not repeating it. But anyway, that has a lot of syllables. You know that motherfucking name is African. But when you overhear people they don't want to identify as African because of the label that has been put on Africa. Oh, they poor, they dirty, they hungry, they dusty, they living in the jungle, they starving. That narrative is still going on, but because of social media, internet, this is what I was talking about when I was saying what they meant for bad turned out for our good, because now everybody is telling their story and they showing that Africa is not what they made it to seem out to be. They tainted it so that they can get over here and get their hands on this shit over here and then go back and sell it over there for 10, 20, 100 times more. I see stuff over here all the time and I'd be like, damn, they over there selling this shit for $100 for one of these. And I'm not going to say what it is, but it's just it's natural over here. Okay. Back to being African. Me personally, no matter where I go, they It all depends because of the stereotype and the stigma they have put on melanated beings, especially from America. If they hear our voice, they automatically know that they automatically say Jamaica or American, right? For some reason, they got that shit mixed up over here. But the fact is, we don't have a title. We don't have a label. We don't have our own. Even in America, we still got African in front of it. I've been talking about this for years, and I'm not the first and I'm not the last. But most people don't want to identify as African. This is the part that I have a problem with. Because if you go to Asia and you say that you're Chinese, they're going to look at you as a nigga because you don't have the correct color. It's crazy. Anybody that's melanated automatically comes from Africa because this is where we're highly populated. It doesn't matter if you were born in Czechoslovakia. It doesn't matter if you was born in South America. It doesn't matter if your origins are from here. There is no such thing as an African and an American. That's two fucking people. That's two different people. Either you're American or you're African. Right? But they're telling you that you're African American because American is not a fucking culture. It's a culture. It's not how you identify a people, if you will. If you go to Brazil, they're fucking Brazilian. They speak Brazilian. They eat Brazilian. If we go to America, we don't have our own identity. It don't matter if you was born in Brazil, if you was born in Jamaica. It doesn't matter. Our origin is from Africa. Asia is Asia. Europe is Europe. All of it is us. It doesn't fucking matter if you were born in Puerto Rico or Cuba or St. Thomas. It doesn't matter. I was in Marseille, France, and a dude was blasting his speakers so fucking loud. It was crazy. Oh, it felt so fucking good because all you saw was lighter complected people. But then when you hear the music and the bass, he had the trunk up and that big ass woofer in the back. For some reason, he was advertising something, but that shit felt so fucking good. This was in the 90s. It felt like I was at home. It felt like we were at home. We had such a good time. It doesn't matter if we're in Marseille, France. It doesn't matter if you're in wherever the hell you name, pick a city. We are African. That's the only way we can collectively get on one accord. Because if we all start coming back here, we will populate Africa. It's plenty of room. Not to say you got to leave your home in Tokyo or wherever you live or, wherever you come from. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to leave your upbringing. Take the good. Let's go. And leave the bad. Leave the bad. We all went through some shit in our own different way. But if we all came together as one instead of separated and trying to fight, we're stronger together than apart. That's all I'm saying. Don't get so hung up on being called African American. It's not a matter of you're African American. It's a mindset, because where do you go if you don't call yourself American? You don't identify with American. You don't identify with African. Then where else do you go? Only way is up. You call yourself God. That's it. You are a special being that came here on a special assignment. That's why you're different. That's why you've been through hell. That's why shit was like the way it was. What they meant for evil turned out for our good. It's time for us to reap. No shade to nobody else. But don't be so afraid to discount Africa because you so claiming so much claiming, oh, I'm Canadian, I'm Canadian. Oh, okay, fine, that's fine. But when they start getting a shit rocked, where you gonna go? Everybody ain't welcomed home, but a lot of us are welcome home. If you come home with the right spirit, you're welcome. But if you have this disdain taste for Africa and you just it's not about being over here. It's a mindset because you can take that African powerful mindset, that God mindset, and do what you do wherever you are. But just totally just disregard it. No, I'm straight up American. I ain't going over in America. Your ass can't come over here because you can't come over here. You done got into some shit that caught up to your ass and you can't fucking come. That's why. But if you could come, you would come. Cause you know everything is over here. Why the fuck you gotta sit over there in that goddamn dry ass food desert and starve because, oh, I just bought a house. Oh man, fuck that house. When I tell you them houses is totally different over there than they are over here, you will be amazed. The houses they are making over there straight up hollow. Ain't nothing in the inside. These houses are just burning down in 5 seconds. There was a situation where a house caught on fire and the house burned for like 40 minutes. 3 gas cylinders inside the house. None of them exploded and the house stayed in the confined space, which was the kitchen. Even the doors was closed and they're fireproof doors or fireproof paint, but they're so heavily wooded. It's not these, what's that thin board? Oh, plywood. It's not plywood doors. It's not plywood walls, stucco and shit like that. These walls is made out of cement. You hit your fucking toe on one of them steps, man, nigga, yeah. You sure will walk straight. You make sure you go all the way around that curve. That step, literally, it teaches you how to walk a certain way, be a certain way, because this shit you hit your shoulder on the edge of that damn frame of the door. You got the cement, then you got that hard ass wood. Oh my God. You learn real quick. It's not about what it looks like, it's what it is. We got the money to develop the way we want to. We can make this our paradise, our oasis everywhere. We have all the seasons. If you want to go to the cold parts of Africa, go to the cold parts. It snows over here. It ain't like you got to just be in 4 seasons and not enjoy it in your own land. That's like niggas going to work and don't want to come home. I don't understand that thought process. Why don't y'all want to come home? So because you don't want to come home, you're going to get what you get. You see the motherfucking house is on fire. And y'all sitting up there inside chilling, still watching TV like it's not affecting you. Oh, the fucking levees done broke. And y'all like, I'm going to board up and then I know it ain't going to touch my house. I know we done made it this far. And then that one time, Mother Nature is not playing. We all have the same mother and we have the same father. There's no such thing as mother, father, brother, sister. We all are the same. Your mother is your sister because she had your mother, your grandmother had your mother, and you came out with your mother so you are technically your mother's sister. Or you're like, even if you were the male, you're technically your mother's sister. I don't know if y'all understand, or overstand what I'm saying. There's no such thing as mama, daddy, grandma, and all that. All of us are the same. We all related. We all brother and sister. In a sense, we're all one. We're just one, a continuous one. That's why there's no such thing as time. It is if you rock that way, but infinity goes on because we exist. As soon as we stop existing, we go to another world or what? What happens after that? Don't nobody really fucking know. So many people wrote books about what happens after life and all this and this and And they got famous books and all that, and they got movies and all. Who gives a fuck? You don't know if they telling you the truth or if it's a good ass marketing scheme. You gotta go find that shit out for yourself. Have you died and came back? That's the only fucking way you gonna know. Fuck what they talking about. That's the only way you're going to know is if you experience life. So many people do not want to experience failure, experience somebody telling them no, experience losing a job, experience losing your car, your apartment, your house. It don't fucking matter. At this point, none of that shit matters. Do you have your own mind? Can you think for yourself? At this point, that's all that matters is if you can think for your damn self. If you can do that, then you good. If you got somebody else making all the decisions for you when you get up, when you go to work, when you eat, when you shit, when you bathe, when you stop giving your power away. Stop giving your power away. It's time to claim back who you are and what you came here to do. If you're not American, if you're not African, then you must be God. I gotta go feed my cat. Hang up my damn phone.